All new tonight, several people voicing concerns about Campbell County school buses failing their inspections. A parent reached out to us after they were told that school buses weren't running their typical routes. WBIR 10 News anchor Beth Haynes joins us tonight with what we've learned. Beth?
Well, Brandon, today we found out Campbell County Schools contracts out to 11 different school bus owners. Today, buses 13 and 18 did not run. Those buses are owned by Cumberland Mountain Bus Lines. The owner says it's because they were scheduled for inspection last Friday, but the inspectors were diverted to a bus crash in another county. But Lieutenant Don Bouchiers with the Tennessee Highway Patrol says that's not the case. He told us bus number 13 failed inspections last month because of mechanical issues. He says bus number 18 is an extended use bus. An inspector cannot look at it until the fees are paid. The good news, Bouchiers says, the inspector is set to check both buses tomorrow. The bus owner also told us his company received a loaner bus for at least one of today's afternoon routes. Robin?
All right, Beth, thank you. Well, the city of Knoxville wants to know what you think about improvements to Chapman Highway. Tonight, the Metropolitan Planning Commission shared Chapman Highway traffic information with the public and found out what projects neighbors think are the most important. Potential improvements include traffic signal upgrades, streetscaping improvements, and adding more sidewalks. The city will take the information gathered at tonight's meeting and come back with specific projects in December.